Well, I haven't done one of these in a while. I just came out of the new anime Lord of the Rings movie. And no, this one was not produced by Amazon. I know most of you Rings of Power fans were probably disappointed, the two of you that exist. Most of the people who watch Rings of Power just hate watching it, aren't they? Because I can't think of one person that actually enjoys that series. The interesting part about this film is based on really the appendix of Lord of the Two Towers. It's not really based on a book or anything. I mean, granted, it gave the writers quite a bit, freedom. Problem is, there were 4 writers for this. And by the way, they're all American. And it did kind of hurt the film, because some of the dialogue is amateurish at best. Tolkien is a master of the English language. The people who wrote this might want to take an English course. Kenji Kamiyama was the director, and okay, this is extremely beautiful. And he really did a great job trying to make this look more like, well, not just the movies, but also like illustrations from the book. The orcs and goblins look like they came right out of Tolkien's illustrations. Even the buildings kind of look similar. Okay, this is really about how Helm's Deep kind of got its name and reputation as kind of being impenetrable. It also explains how Saruman became the Lord of Isengard. It was simply because the previous master kind of betrayed the king of Rohan. So yeah, pretty much this is movie is basically nothing more than a prequel really to the Two Towers. I thought Fellowship of the Rings was the precursor. It basically explains how Rohan, how their power structure and everything's basically set up. The reality is the whole conflict was set up by just a petty battle between 2 noble lords, where the king addressed this guy as this high lord who has one of the best generals in the kingdom, decides to call him fat right in front of the entire court. I mean, granted, he did kind of show up uninvited, but this is still a high lord. He ends up challenging him to a fist fight and kills him really with one punch. I'm sitting here like, there's ton of soldiers and everybody that charges this Helm's Hammerhand lucky one. I'm going to be the one that takes him down. And this guy virtually kills everything in his path. And he killed some orcs with his bare hands. You might want to, go to a phalanx or something. Not try taking them on one by one. I told you, the writing isn't exactly that great. I know a lot of the book appendixes all describe how Helm's Hammerhand basically died standing up frozen in a heroic pose. Guy next thing for all of us. And I guess they had to do the best to also try to make him seem weak and human, which doesn't make any sense. I mean, yeah, he lost his 2 sons in battle. But you have to understand, it's almost like this guy should have been turned into Jason Voorhees. He literally was going out and just killing people one by one in slasher style. I told you, these writers have no idea what they were doing when it came to this. Now, I do have to say the other people in the production probably helped the script along quite well to at least make it seem, Lord of the Rings type style. This is just a case where the animation really carried the day. The voice acting was also very well done. Helm's Hammerhand was portrayed by the original Hannibal Lecter, Uncle Argyle from Braveheart, Brian Cox, who did a great job. In fact, I can't think of anyone really did a kind of a poor job. All the voice actors were pretty well chosen. I mean, they even brought Miranda Otto back to narrate. It's always good to go back to a place like Middle-earth. The reason why I love the idea of The Hobbit. The idea of The Hobbit. The films were way too stretched out. At times, this film seemed like it was really stretching out. I mean, I really felt this probably could have been done much quicker and more tightened. Now, I know Peter Jackson was probably paid a lot of money just to put his name on it. Because let's face it, Warner Bros. Knew right at the bat, if Peter Jackson wasn't involved, no one's seeing this. Anyway, this was a decent film, very watchable. To compare it to Rings of Power, okay, that's just garbage. A burning pile of fecal matter. So I guess this is the best Lord of the Rings property in the last 10 years. So, I mean, I'm still trying to come out with a grade. It's somewhere, I put it up as a C+. I'd say once it comes out on HBO Max, watch it. It's a good way to burn about 2 hours, especially if you're on a flight. Anyway, I'm getting out of here. Wish you all a good night. Bye.